Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers put on a display and win by 21 points. Randy Moss stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Browns pick up their first win of the year. Clinton Portis rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Redskins beat the Bears. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, we had the Eagles get nipped by 3 points. Over at Gillette Stadium, we had the Patriots fall by 10 points. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. This guy leaves the Seahawks and heads to the Patriots, so he should be a great addition to that defensive line from his slot as an outside pass rusher. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Ahmed Plummer is just one of those guys you love to have on your team. He'll be an immediate factor for his new mates.
Steelers, Cowboys. Ben Roethlisberger is always a double threat in the red zone at the 5-yard line. There's a snap, and in the slot, the back quickly in the end zone for 6. The Steelers win this one by the final score of 24-13. The Jets got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Giant Stadium. The Falcons won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Chiefs. Andre Johnson stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Dolphins win their 5th game of the season. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. This guy is arguably the biggest name on this list. It's a broken arm, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 9 weeks. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Lawyer Malloy is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Buccaneers, Rams. Dane Looker is probably thinking end zone even though it's at the 24-yard line. They need just a little bit for the first down. Aha! Here he goes down the sideline. One-handed grab for 6. The Rams go on to win this by the final score of 24-10. Byron Leftwich threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Jaguars beat the Chiefs. And in our final game, we had the Raiders come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my prime-time players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.